Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
Welcome to Overwatch Central. So we've spoken a lot about supports recently, but there's one support that hasn't received any real love from anybody recently, and that's Symmetra. Now of course people like to ask who's the worst character in the game, and for a while most people would agree that it was Zenyatta. Now Zen has been buffed and you'd be really silly not to run with him anymore. But who has taken his place at the bottom of the barrel? Well, we're not saying that it's strictly Symmetra, as she's actually a super strong hero, but why do we rarely see her in games, especially at an esports level? Somebody on the competitive Overwatch subreddit made a list of all hero picks from the weekend's Go To Gamers tournaments, which were the EU and NA tournaments number 17. Heroes like McCree were picked 98% of the time, and Symmetra was picked 0. So what the hell is wrong with this hero? Well, let's delve into it.
So first we need to talk about why Symmetra is so unpopular. Well, first of all, support heroes aren't the most sought after heroes in the game, to play at least. Most people would much rather play an offense hero. It's also worth noting that Symmetra has no healing capabilities, and she could give 50 shields before, but that was then nerfed down to 25 because of the so-called God comp. This was a composition a while ago that would revolve around 2 Genjis and sometimes Tracers. Symmetra would then give everyone 50 more health with the shields, so all of the heroes are a lot less squishy, and then 2 Zenyatas would harmony orb the Genjis and essentially just say, go have fun. These Genjis would be really difficult to kill, be able to outlast and deal a lot of damage to the enemy team. On top of the shield health nerf, the sentry turret's damage has been nerfed down by 30% on console too, which caught a lot of people by surprise. It was another blow to this hero's capabilities. Another major issue with Symmetra is that she's only useful for defending, really. Sure, offensive Symmetra used to be a thing actually, but now it's rarely used and frankly not very good in comparison to any other supports on offense. Symmetra used to be even okay on control, but now she's not run there either, and especially not in rank control. She absolutely rocks defending on capture point maps though, but if that first point is taken pretty quickly, you're probably in trouble. Generally, she's just too much of a one-dimensional hero that can be focused down and fall behind.
The baffling thing about this is Symmetra's win rate though. If we head over to Master Overwatch, we can see that she has the highest win rate out of all the characters in ranked across PC, Xbox and PlayStation 4. Yet in quick play she's the second bottom in popularity across all 3 platforms. And that's Nirvana, who has been out less than a week, so no doubt she would be at the bottom of this list. It is also worth adding that most players change from Symmetra when a game is going south, so this kind of skews the results. People stay as Symmetra, they win, then Symmetra gets the praise of being the hero that was used. But it's still a feat for such an unpopular hero. It does follow a trend though, right? One of the first videos we did on this channel was a video going over the top 5 heroes people weren't really asked about playing, and Symmetra topped that list by a long shot. Yes, she is a super strong hero, but there's something about her that just seems unplayable for a lot of people. Or at least not fun. I mean, if you're watching this, you're watching the Anubis footage in the background, and I absolutely wrecked with her and I had so much fun doing so. I was gold on eliminations as a support, yet this character gets snubbed so often. We don't see it in the pro scene at all, but I think that's more to do with the stopwatch aspect of esports. The teams have to do it quickly, so the defending team brace themselves for a quick capture of the first point. Simply put, if they die and they had a Symmetra, they waste time by changing heroes and also waste their ultimate charge, which could have gone towards a Transcendence, a sound barrier, so on and so forth. Symmetra is one of the worst heroes in a scenario like this, as you just have to get that teleporter up before your first death. And as well, if they have a Genji, Tracer, Diva now as well, they could just flank around and try and find it, no problems whatsoever. So does Symmetra need buffing? Does she need nerfing? Or does she need a toolkit slightly changing? If any of these, how on earth would you go about this?
An obvious improvement would be increasing the shield amount that she gives her allies back to 50, but then again, would that be too much? Honestly, you could possibly even scrap the shield ability altogether for something that's more dynamic, and it's also a little bit more exciting, honestly. Symmetra has a lot of tools at her disposal, much like Ana, but Ana just has many more options and ways of using these tools. Another improvement would be to add a heal, even if it's just a small one. Lots of people suggest that Symmetra is more of a defense hero than a support hero because she doesn't heal her team. Whilst we don't really agree with this, we do understand where this opinion is coming from. Whilst we don't really agree that Symmetra doesn't really support her team at all, we do understand where this opinion is coming from. It also means that Symmetra just cannot solo support, and solo supporting tends to be fairly common in a lot of solo queue scenarios. So currently, all of the other supports, like literally all of them, have more to offer in terms of solo supporting capabilities. The thing is that you don't really need to reinvent the wheel here. What seems like a somewhat simple and almost quality of life change to Diva's defense matrix has affected how the whole hero plays. So if something similar can be done to Symmetra, that could change her too. It'll be interesting to see if Blizzard ever decide to buff, nerf, or even rework Symmetra entirely. Either way, we'll keep an eye on her situation.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of Symmetra in the comments below. What would you do to change her, nerf her, buff her, whatever. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Overwatch content, and until next time, take care. We'll see you then.